Kirsten Lythgoe, Unit 2, 1.3. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take care of my bill hook. So this is the bill hook here, this is the handle, this is the sheath cover here. And once I remove my cover, you will see the blade underneath here. Okay, so you remove the cover like this. So this is the blade and this is the cutting edge here. It's not as sharp as like a normal knife because you use this for cleaving wood rather than cutting. So cleaving is like splitting wood like an axe would. It's splitting it into pieces. It's fairly sharp, but it's not as sharp as like a sheath knife would be. So I use this at the weekend to split some wood into little like kindling size pieces. One side cuts the branches off my tree with my bow saw. So I can see here that it's a little bit dirty along the edge from using it. You can also see, I don't know if you can see here, there's like little tiny knocks here where I would have cut into the wood. So to keep the blade nice and sharp rather than having the odd blunt part, what you need to do is you need to not only clean your blade, but you need to keep it sharpened as well. A bill hook is ideal for cutting green wood, really, whereas with dry wood or hardwood, it would create a bit more of an impact on it and create a few more little dents, like you can see here. There's quite a bit of a dent there from using it. So to clean it, what you would do is you would use again some of your wire wool and a little bit of oil. So I've got some on the table still from cleaning my other tool. So what I would do to clean it is I would use my wire wool. I would hold the blade by the top here where it's not sharp, and I would use the wire wool to clean along it like this. And that's to get rid of, again, any sort of wet little wooden bits or any tree sap, or even just from putting my bill hook onto the ground. You know, the grass and the ground can be damp, and any water can then affect anything that's metal. So we want to keep that clean. So by using oil, not only does it help it to glide along the blade, it also helps to protect your blade from water rusting it as well. So that's looking a lot shinier now. I've used wire wool because it will help to lift off any little bits of rust that form, anything that dries on. This is just a medium wire wool, but you can see already that the blade is a lot shinier and cleaner. Now, to get rid of those sorts of dents that are there, and if your bill hook was starting to get a little bit blunt, what you would need to do is sharpen it. Now, you obviously don't want to hold it by the cutting edge, so you would hold it by the top, and to keep it steady, you would use the handle into your upper arm or your chest like this to keep it tight. So I've got here a sharpening stone. You can get like tube-shaped ones, or you can get long ones like this. And what you want to do is you want to use it in circular motions along the blade, just to keep that edge nice and sharp, and just to keep it like a good sort of flow on it. Keep it nice and smooth now, so it's consistent. So when it comes to sharpening it, you'll hear a noise like this. Now, if you listen here, that sounds low. If I move it towards the blade end, the noise now sounds high-pitched. So you want it sounding high-pitched when you're sharpening it, because that means you're sharpening the blade rather than blunting it. So if I went on the top, it sounds low again. If I move to the side, it sounds high-pitched. That means that I'm sharpening that blade. You want it in a circular motion. Like this. Keep that lovely high-pitched noise as you're sharpening the blade. Now it's a little bit tricky when it comes to the curve bit, so you might just want to turn it on its side slightly so you can see it. Keep that lovely high-pitched noise as you're doing it. There you go. Okay, now that will sharpen it quite a bit, and I can feel that when I run my finger across the blade. Now to do the other side, you'd need to do something similar, but this time you would hold the blunt part of the blade here in your upper arm like this, and you would hold the handle. That way the sharp cutting edge can't cut you. So again, you would use your sharpening stone, and you're looking for that high-pitched noise, so not the low, but the high, like that. Nice circular motions along the blade. Ensuring that it's high pitched. There we go. When you get towards the top and it's a bit tricky, it might be easier to use the narrow part of the sharpening stone. Try and stick to those circular motions. If you hit any bumpy parts, it might just be that you've damaged the end of the blade when splitting the wood, so just try and take your time with it. And to clean off any of that dust, so keep the blade down on the table, blade away from me. Just while I'm doing that. Oh, but in fact it should be blade towards me. Now if you're moving your wire wool along and you find any bits that catch and you're not quite happy, again, you can just go straight back to it with your sharpening stone until you are happy. And then you can go back with your wire wool, clean off any dust. And there, I'm now happy with that. Got a nice clean shining blade, and I've got rid of any little notches, and it's nice and sharp. I'll leave the oil on the blade because it helps to protect it. And what I would do is I would place it back into its sheath like this. Fasten it back up. Like that. And then I will put it back in my toolbox or trolley.